Today, I would like to start with some personal words. 25 years ago, quite exactly in this time, I was attending a congress in a lecture hall in Wolfsburg. That was the first industrial forum, 1999, and it was organized by Professor Dr. Johannes Walter. I was a student at that time, and he invited me to attend it for free of charge. And some years later, he became my very first employer and also my very first mentor for my business life. So that's very humbling for me, and I feel very honored to be on your stage. Dear Professor Walter, I know, Johannes, that you are following this online, and I'm happy to be here with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tobias Nadjib. I'm Managing Director of Volkswagen Infotainment, and we are a company that does connectivity for Volkswagen, for all the Volkswagen brands. We work in Bochum and in Wolfsburg, and with a team of more than 1,000 experts developing software and hardware. You will see later on, we are a very colorful team. We come from 52 nations, and it's a very challenging journey that we are doing. It started 10 years ago when we took over the European Development Center of BlackBerry into the Volkswagen Group. And that was one key milestone in my career. I started with Volkswagen 20 years ago, and so it's quite some time that we are doing connectivity. And let's talk about that, because it has an impact. Society is interconnected with technology, and it shapes our life. And all of us remember that there used to be some boxes you could walk in, do a phone call, but we don't see them anymore. And instead of that, we have other devices in our pocket. And that shapes not only our life, but our social behavior. And this is why technology can never be looked at isolated. It is always interlinked with our day-to-day life. And also is mobility. And we will talk about this today. So we are in a big transformation process, and talking about transformation and talking about technology and how it shaped our society and our surrounding, I brought some pictures to you. This is from Bochum. So around 1900, the very place where our company is now, coal was being extracted from the earth. Very important. Made this whole area strong and rich. And then coal was empty. But there was a transformation. Industry came in. So car manufacturers, at that time Opel, settled down in Bochum at the very same spot. But times are changing. So Opel no longer exists in Bochum. At 2014, when Volkswagen moved to Bochum, Opel was closed down. And today, in this year, at the moment, you see this building. We are opening our new building in Bochum, in the very same spot where the Opel factory was. It's a campus full of tech experts. Not only us, there are other companies as well. And it's a very interesting surrounding for us. It's not only a place to work, it's a picture, a live picture of transformation that takes place around us, and how technology and our life are linked very closely together. And we can see it in other places. So, charging infrastructure, it's not only being set up because we need it, but it also changes our behavior. So it used to be normal that we go to a fuel station to fill up our car, but now this power supply comes to our houses with our wall box. It becomes part of our whole energy management at home. And this is how technology interacts with all the other devices that we have in our day-to-day life. So technology merges together. We can already feel that. And here's another example. You know what I'm talking about. That's the smartphone. And it's not only a phone, it's a music box. You can take pictures, videos. You can do not only phone calls, but also video conferences. So you can connect to everywhere. All the technology stacks are merged into this phone. So what's next? Connectivity enables the car to merge into these technology stacks. And how will this look like in the future? A glimpse can already be seen today. This is Volkswagen's ID.7. It's brand new launched, and it's a really luxurious car. If you have the chance to drive it, just try it. It's a completely new experience of car ride. Here, the ID.5, already in the market. And these cars have something in common. Connectivity is the gateway to the future of mobility. These cars are already connected. They are always online, always connected to the internet. And that has a special reason, because it's for the sake of our safety, for our comfort, and for a better user experience. So if you see the car, it's already a part of all your day-to-day digital devices, of your personal digital ecosystems. So it's connected to where you want to go to. It's connected to your charging supply, to the invoicing process behind it. You can connect to other people. It's a smartphone on wheels already. And to make it a little bit more transparent in a technology way, here you see all the use cases of connectivity that we need to adopt to. And if we go from left to the right, connected devices, I was talking about that, connected to your home, to your smart home, and follow all the bubbles. And in the end, of course, we need to come to autonomous driving and autonomous driving functions. Connectivity is key for autonomous driving. Without a strong connection, no autonomous driving will happen. But, and that's what makes it very exciting for our engineers in the company, connectivity, how does it work? Of course, we use mobile networks. That's our core competence, to make that work in the car. But mobile networks are not one standard. Volkswagen offers cars in 153 countries all over the world, in all these different economic areas. And all of them have different standards we need to adopt to. That makes it very exciting for our engineers to be able to adopt to these standards. At the moment, we have more than 2.5 million cars with our connectivity units equipped in the market worldwide. They are already online. And of course, for autonomous driving, I was talking about it, it's not only important to be online, but to be always online, everywhere. So how can we make that work? Let's look to it in a techie style. There's the back end of Volkswagen. And one connection that we know is the mobile network. I was talking about that, but there are other ways of connectivity. So for example, car-to-car connectivity, very important. We will see this later on in the next slides, what use cases will derive from car-to-car connectivity. But what do we do if network is weak somewhere? So there's the satellite network. Just think about it. And now think about the excitement of our engineers, not only mobile networks, car-to-car communication, but also satellite communication. We need to adopt to this as well, because there will be white spots, and we need to be able to communicate while cars are in these white spots. Car-to-car connectivity. A car today, with all the sensors, gathers information, and if it's not interlinked, it's only in the car. The intelligence is only in the car, and that's not really useful, because if there's an emergency, it's for the sake of safety to share this information. If you want to do driving functions, like, for example, overtaking, it's important to know the area around the car. We were learning about that. And here you see an image. So car-to-car communication is the purpose that the car always has an image about the world around the car. And it's very important to share it. And here you see an example. So we were talking about that cars are connected to the back end, cars are connected between each other, and they share information. And all the information that is gathered in all the sensors is a huge amount of data. And what's very important is that cars are a part of an intelligent network, not only gathering information, uploading it somewhere, because that would waste all the backend and all the data connectivity. But the data has to be processed, computed before, and that's our approach of federated learning. So cars process data, pre-assess data, and then just take the results and send them up to the backend or to the other cars. Another example, and here you see a picture of the HMI and the cockpit of the ID.7. Just one highlight what we are proud about. So the engineers in our company, they create new technology. They shape our society by this new technology. Here you can see only for the edge computing, we have already filed 19 patents. And why is it important? Edge computing and augmented reality. Just think about latency times. Edge computing means that you are in the edge of the network. So for example, at the mobile network nodes. And there has to be a computing power that reduces latency times. And think about augmented reality. You have an augmented reality image on your windscreen, and it needs to be very, very accurate because our own sensors are very sensible. And it might be irritating if the picture is not fitting to our movement. So this is very important to have short latency times, and we are doing research and tests on it. And it's exciting for me to see the process, the progress. So what does this mean for tomorrow's mobility? On this picture, you see an image created in the 1940s, 1993. This is how people at that time thought we would be moving in the future, so today. And it's quite interesting. So you can see that it was interconnectivity. But where are the people? A lot of cars, and of course a very sophisticated plane. So a lot of modules of mobility, but where are the people? So, of course, vehicles are the most important mobility device in our whole mobility network. Vehicle will always be very important for our own mobility. But what's in the center of this mobility approach is us, the people. And this is why we think all the mobility services from the people. You will see this later on, why it's so important for our company. It's part of our company culture. But first, so car is the part of the offer. Very important, but it's just a part of the offer. And this is why Volkswagen understands itself as a mobility service provider. And in the next picture, I wait until you took the picture and then I switch. Okay. In the next picture, you see how we understand this network. And I send a hello to Sascha, my colleague from Moja. Hi, Sascha. So this is how Volkswagen Group functions. We understand mobility different. It's not only providing cars, it's providing mobility. And it's meeting the customer's needs where they have the need. And this leads to how we work at Volkswagen Infotainment. Just a short overview. This is our approach of our product house Digital 2.0. This is our organization structure that we found fits best to us. Inside this picture, so the whole beauty is because it's centered on the product. And the product is centered on the customer, on the people. And this is how we work. These are just team members, no models. And we work from the people by the people, for the people. So whenever we develop products, we know that in our hands lays the shape of future mobility, and by that, the shape of our future society, in part. And we all are part of this society. And this is why all our team members are very excited about their work. And I would like to invite you to something special. It's kind of an experiment, because you are the Automotive Masterminds. And you think about future mobility. And what I would like to invite you to is to a project. I would like to have your ideas. So think about future mobility. Think about the everywhere connected car, to all your devices, to all your digital ecosystem. And what could be the outcome for you? What would make you smile when you come home? What would make you happy if you use your car going to work or going on holiday? So here you see a picture that came out by asking this question to my kind colleagues. And this picture shows how an office place could look like in the car in the future. Of course, it's not a concept car of Volkswagen, it's just the idea how it could look like. Or look at all the other pictures. Talking about the fridge. So the fridge is intelligent. It knows the content. And it sends a shopping list to my car. It sends the shopping list while I'm driving on a road and I come across a supermarket that has all the supply that I need. And of course, my connected car knows my next meeting in my schedule, so it knows that I've got the time to go there for shopping. So that's connectivity. And there you see some other use cases. So my kids like the one where you can play on your car. It looks a little bit similar to Mario Kart while you are charging the car. So it's an art project. It's an experiment. And I would like to invite you. And now it's your turn. You find postcards. And on these postcards, there's a QR code. And you can do two things. If you like, you can use the white side of the postcard and just draw a sketch of your idea or write something down. Send it in. Because we would like to understand it. And maybe we would like to publish it on our homepage, so on the homepage of the Volkswagen Group. That's quite exciting. And you can already have a glimpse on this homepage. If you follow the QR code, you find the area where we would like to publish that. So please let us start this together today. And I'm very curious to see your ideas. And I thank you for your attendance. Thank you.
Tobias, thanks a lot. We have a little bit of time left for some questions. And maybe we can see them here on screen as well. Yeah, there they are. Top-rated question. Number one is, what is the big advantage of car-to-X communication, in your opinion?
So car-to-X works when cars are together. It's no long-distance connectivity, and it's very quick. So for emergency information, it's very, very useful, and it's independent from the network, so you can use it everywhere. And I think there are a lot of use cases that are coming across us. So, for example, if there's an ambulance coming behind you and you don't notice because it's around the corner, you will already get a notification on your dashboard. So that's very useful.
Very helpful, especially in Berlin, yeah.
Yeah.
Second question here, also related to car-to-car communication. When will we see it?
So we already see it in development cars. We do our tests because it's not only car-to-car, it's also car-to-infrastructure. For example, to communicate with traffic lights in order to be able to find the right spot, not to stop the car, but to roll. And we are doing research on it. The first things are already in the newest cars, but they will be released at a later stage.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure to have you on stage. This is your applause. Tobias Nadjib, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.